Good evening, everybody. This is Tomoko is Bay. And, oh my god, what the hell is going on? Oh, okay, that was weird. I hope you're having a good evening. We are going to do CYANOTYPE Daydream tonight. I'm not gonna do VR because my brother is staying over here right now, so he's got the bedroom to himself. So yeah, no VR. Excuse me. But yeah, we'll go ahead and continue the visual novel that, holy shit, it has taken a really fucking dramatic turn in the last couple days. Yesterday was particularly shocking. So, hold on, let me go ahead and load up the game here so we'll get that music off. So, what happened yesterday? Well, so Kaito was locked in that room by Asuma at the lab. He was stuck in the room for 11 straight frickin' days with nothing to fucking do. But on that 11th day, he decided to attempt an escape. So when one of the researchers came to feed him, he attacked the researcher while as he was about to leave the room, ran out of the room down the hallway, but then he ran right into Asuma with a bunch of researchers, and they restrained him. But then Asuma decided that he would let Kaito see Yanagi, who was also at the lab. And turns out that wasn't really a big deal, because while Kaito was locked in that room, they totally fucked Yanagi. They did brain surgery, basically removed her frontal lobe, so they basically they took half of her fucking brain out of her head. And they did this because Asuma felt like even while Yanagi was in her deep sleep, she was still, what's the word? She was still, God, not submitting, but exerting, I guess, her will over the dreamscape, and the of course the dreamscape that they were shooting for was an unbiased dreamscape. So Asuma just said, we're just gonna fucking take her part of her brain out, and then she won't exert her will anymore. And so when Kaito saw Yanagi, she had basically no fucking personality. And then after that, a couple of the researchers escorted Kaito back to his house in the lower side. Not even the house in the middle side, no, back to the lower side. And yeah, I think that's pretty much where we left off. So, like, actually, Iruma and that chief guy that used to, like, you know, give out the rations while Kaito worked in the lower side. They both found Kaito while the two researchers were, like, dragging him back to his house. So they told those researchers to fuck off, and then Iruma and the chief both took him back to his place after that. But then when they got there, Kaito was just like, leave me alone. And so they left the house. And that is where we left off. So back to the story. Back then, we truly had lost the will to live. And yet, as hunger reached for me with its cold tendril, my hand would always go for the food. I was disgusted with myself for clinging to life for no reason, while the despair of losing her turned me into a dead man walking. No, it's normal. We were still human, and we cling on. And I believe Iruma and the old chief gave us a faint glimmer of hope in life, despite everything. My projection nods. That's right. And that willful persistence. That's what brought the hope we needed in the end. Yeah, this story has just gotten really fucked up just in the last 2-3 days. So. My name has become famous in the world outside this room. Several months ago, Asuma addressed all the city residents through a video. He declared that a place of peace had finally been created. A place in which every inhabitant of the city could experience life on the surface. Okay, well that's a lie, because he already told Kaito that they were only able to get the dreamscape to work for like 1,000 people. So, I mean, clearly that's not even close to all the people in the city, so... Despite the moniker of virtual space, it was achieved through a dreamlike technology that stimulates the brain's sensory nerves. That's how he explained it. And the migration plan was named the Kaito Project. From that day onward, videos of the virtual space began being streamed in real time. I slowly wear away at my life as I stare into that world. The world in which Yanagi is no longer herself. Whenever I get hungry, I stuff my mouth full with corn kernel powder, and I get up to use the restroom once every 2 days. While I'm up, I pick up the rations left by my door, then come back to stare into the screen again. I whittle the days away as the low side becomes quieter and quieter. As the migration of the mid-siders comes to an end, the migration of the low-siders begins. People's lives have begun to take root in the world I see through the screen. No one thinks of Yanagi anymore. No one even acknowledges her. Every single one of them is unknowingly trampling all over her dignity and memory. I see the spectacle play out from beginning to end. Here, wallowing in the despair of my own doing. I stay slumped there staring at the screen until the concept of time abandons my dull senses. The door opens and someone steps inside. All of my attention is on the screen in front of my eyes. At the edge of that, I vaguely see the legs of people walking into our home uninvited. What the fuck? This is my home. I gave no permission for anyone to barge in. Thoughts of putting up a protest surface faintly in my mind, but they quickly sink down like stones into the dark depths.
Kaito.
I imagine hearing a familiar voice.
まただよ。また私は新しい絶望に対面した。どうしてだろうね。どうして困難な問題ほど音もなくすり寄ってくるんだろう。気がついた時にはもう何の手も打てない状況になっている。万策尽きた。カイトの力を借りたい。君が呼ばれている。
Come to me? Who has come to me? I am of no use to man or beast. Who'd have need of me?
生きているんでしょうか。
生きているよ。あれを流せ。
はい。
すべてが順調だった。この町の住人の 70% が移住しても、この空間には何の問題も起きなかった。
Okay, well, I guess they must have overcome the whatever obstacle it was that was making it where they could only put like 1,000 people in the dreamscape. Okay, well, at least it seems like this is becoming a success. So at least, you know, something good came out of this. Still fucking sucks though. My eyes are nailed to the screen in front of me. I know them. These girls are...
ある日、仮想空間に接続しているすべての人間が同じ夢を見るようになった。全員だ。全員が毎晩同じ夢を見ている。致命的なエラーがどこかで起きているんだ。
Hatanorine, Olivia Berry, Momonochi Sumomo. The alter egos that formed in her consciousness.
最後には空間の再起動もかけた。それでも住人は同じ夢を見る。 その夢にはどうやら3つの種類があるらしい。
The girls, they're desperately protecting Yanagi. She's still here. She's somewhere in there. The girls know that. Yanagi. I haven't lost her yet.
ヨナギはこのイメージを送り続けてくる。何をしても変わらない。
The Three Dreams.
外科的措置ももう限界だ。これ以上脳を切り取ったら思考空間そのものがなくなってしまう。
They actually thought about removing even more of her brain, dude. Holy fucking shit, these people just have no fucking conscience at all.
私たちはカイトのことを呼んでいるんだと結論付けた。結局私は蚊帳の外だった。力を貸してくれカイト。
Yanagi. She's calling to me? Ah. It's just like when we were kids. Back when we were young and unsullied by the filth of this city. Oh, hey, Zane. I mean, I just started like 10 minutes ago, so you really didn't miss anything. Basically, Kaito was just explaining that he ever since he found out that they removed part of Yanagi's brain, he's just been sitting in his house basically doing nothing. All he does is like look up stuff on his computer and eats. That's about it. He was saying that I think he was watching like the streams that they were doing of the dreamscape, because apparently they can like I guess they can live stream what's going on in the dreamscape. Apparently they overcame whatever obstacle it was that was keeping the number of participants they could put in the dreamscape down to like 1,000 people or whatever. They're saying now there's like 70% of the whole city, I think, is like been able to get into the dreamscape now. And just now, Asuma came back to Kaito and told him that that they need his help again, because apparently everybody that's in the dreamscape is having the same 3 dreams whenever they fall asleep at night, and those 3 dreams are the same 3 dreams that that we went through at the beginning of the visual novel with Kaito and Yanagi. Asuma, I guess, and the team basically sees this as an error in the dreamscape, because it's still by doing this, it still means that Yanagi is exerting some kind of control or bias over the dreamscape. So he's wanting to keep this from happening. And then Kaito's kind of looking at this and realizing that this means that Yanagi actually still, I guess, has some of her ego or her will intact. So... Back when we were young and unsullied by the filth of this city, when she brimmed with desire to tell a story in this world, yes, Yanagi, you made these stories to help you when you were no longer yourself. Yanagi. 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 Is there anything I can do? Is she calling me there? You are, aren't you? I have conditions. You will accept them if you want me to go to the lab. Still slumped on the floor, I turned my gaze up to Asuma.
すべて君の言う通りにするよ。
To give me full authority over the research. To ensure that the project was kept strictly confidential. And for the entry to the Institute to be barred to all while I worked. Wow, okay. So he is basically taking full control of this shit now. I nod in response. Those were our conditions. He acquiesced to all my conditions and handed over the reins of the Institute. Izumo and Woleap were all I needed. Besides, I'm sure that's what Yanagi would have wanted. This time, it's my hologram nodding at me. I bring Izumo and Woleap along with me and meet Yanagi for the first time in months. She's simply there, standing around with no discernible expression on her face. But I'm not overtaken by despair anymore. Deep at the bottom of those lifeless eyes, she's there. That conviction is my hope. I move closer and hold her in my arms. She stays still, offering no reaction. I know you should be able to hear me in there. You can hear me, can't you? I'm going to save you. Wait just a little longer. I'll be right there. I let go of her weakened, thin frame. I gently guide her to a chair and sit her down. Her empty gaze simply stares at nothing, no matter where it's directed. I get up and take a deep breath to gather myself. I feel a sense of nostalgia being back here in the lab. Okay. I breathe out slowly, steeling my determination. It's about time to wake up our assistant. For the first time in years, I feel full of energy and ready to work. I head to the room where I left Izumo. One second. She's undamaged except for an internal short circuit and her power reserves being completely empty. Her fuses were probably blown out by a high voltage current. When I replaced the burnt fuses with new ones and finished charging her, her blue eyes slowly light up. Kept you waiting, didn't I?
Kaito.
I nod in response to her call. Your records seem to be safe. Let's get started.
何をですか?
I'll explain everything. You'll be my assistant and advisor for this. Let me brew us some coffee first. Ah, you don't drink that, do you? Izumo says nothing. After that, I give her a full account of everything that happened since the last time we saw each other. She'll need all the information I can give to help me determine what to do next. But other than that, everything that happened, and everything I felt, the hope that blossomed within me watching Yanagi's dreams on screen. Perhaps I really needed someone to hear all of it. Izumo listens quietly, interjecting with small nods. I know better now. I know they have no intention of letting us go. We should assume that they're monitoring us somehow to make sure we don't stray from their policies. But actually saving Yanagi and completely killing off her ego are two sides of the same coin.
どういうことですか?
It's likely that some part of Yanagi's remaining brain is trying to replace the role of her frontal lobe in some capacity after they cut it out. You know, it's interesting that he says that because, at least when it comes to, like, the five senses, like the part of the brain that, like, controls your five senses, I know that, like, if you, like, lose one of your senses, like, say you go blind, your brain actually reassigns, like, that part, that section of the brain to the four remaining senses over again. So that's why, like, when like a blind person, when they lose their vision, their hearing or some other sense actually becomes stronger. It's because there's now more room, I guess, more space that sense can now occupy in the brain. So I guess that's kind of what he's referring to here. I guess maybe that's the theory that, like, now that, like, a whole section of the brain is missing, now just, like, what's left of the brain is trying to, like, be reassigned so that at least some part of the brain is still doing whatever role the frontal lobe used to do. The brain tends to try to make up for deficiencies like that. Izumo nods in agreement. Brain compensation. Functions become impaired. The remaining healthy areas of the brain tend to try and compensate. Yeah. So that's basically exactly what I was just talking about. What I'm planning to do is to send reaction signals to the images she's projecting. My hypothesis is that Yanagi is looking for response signals. I need you to supplement the environments and events from whatever era she's envisioning. You and Woolleap will send that data along with corrections to the physics algorithms to ground the space. And I'll continue the story I think she wants to tell. We'll record the whole process and use the sensory signal data to map out Yanagi's brain. In other words, during the process of recovering her ego, we'll obtain a perfect understanding of which parts of her brain are responding and what processes make up her ego now. This is the way to save her, while at the same time, it's the way to completely take her ego away. If they were to completely suppress the areas of the brain compensating for her frontal lobe, she would become the perfect operating system they want. Their virtual world would be complete. The world will be rid of the bugs that are currently manifesting from her will and seeping into the dreamscape.
理解しました。
Talking to Izumo makes me feel a wave of relief. Asuma's goals and mine are in total opposition, but the path to both is exactly the same.
監視されている可能性のある状況で、そこまで明らかにしていいんですか?
They are powerless now. They can't do anything. I take a big swig of my coffee. What do you make of the situation so far?
夢を見ている時のヨナギの状態を観測しないと何とも言えません。
Very pragmatic. I swirl my mug a little before taking the last swig of coffee. Then I get up. Well, we better get started. Shit. I gently lift Yanagi up and carry her to one of the lab's rooms that has a bed. I lay her down in the capsule bed. Looking down at her, I lovingly stroke her hair. Rest easy. There's no one here to hurt you anymore. No forcing you to take anything either. Just sleep whenever you want, and we'll be there. I'll be there for you when you call out to me. She doesn't respond, her aimless gaze staring out at nothing. It's only Izumo and me here. Woolleap is here with us too. Our family's all together again. You can rest easy now. Just having you with me And being able to touch you again makes me feel so happy. I want it to last forever. I lose track of time as I sit beside her. At last, she closes her eyes.
眠ったようです。ヨナギの脳波は今デルタ波主体になっています。
Yeah. It's possible that being awake may actually be painful for her in her condition. Let's prepare the building so she can rest peacefully. Adjust the temperature and humidity to suit her condition and help her relax. I'm sure there's some kind of scent that's supposed to help with sleep. I dig through my memories. I remember something written in one of the encyclopedias I read as a kid. Cedar. Yes, the scent of cedar. Generate it with the aroma printer and make it circulate through the air conditioner system.
わかりました。
I will sleep to match Yanagi's REM cycle. Just monitor us for now.
はい。
As for the connection, now that her ego is superficially lost, my sensory signals should be able to reach her directly. We'll connect directly. If there's need for it, use Wooly to adjust the physics of the space. Also, keep track of our bio data.
はい。
I gaze down at Yanagi as she sleeps. She looks just like I remember, so serene and peaceful.
まだ睡眠に入らないんですか？
I want to look at her for a little longer. If you can monitor us remotely, you can go and start preparing the cedar scent.
わかりました。
The corners of my mouth naturally raise into a smile as I gaze at her. I can feel her warmth again. That alone makes me feel so fulfilled. I lay down on my side, rest my head on my arm, and stare at her profile. She's the very image of peace as she sleeps. Before long, I feel my eyelids grow heavy, and soon... Where is this? I'm taking pictures with a small camera. It seems to work differently to the one Yanagi used. I take a moment to look around and try to figure out where I am. The green thickets beyond the cracked cement of the runway continue on endlessly. Fluffy clouds roll across the sky, and I can hear the sound of leaves being blown in the wind. I recognize this place. This must be Chiba in the year 2061, then. I see now. This is Momonochi Sumomo's story, the one she wrote when we were kids. I remember all of the story. I also noticed that I'm smaller now. It seems like my consciousness is being projected onto Ame Kana's body. Alright, so we are now we are basically, well, I guess I'm not sure if we've actually caught up with, where the visual novel started off, because, I don't think Kaito has figured out yet that he's gonna have to wipe out his own memories. He hasn't done that yet, so I'm assuming we still haven't quite caught up to the beginning of the visual novel, but I think we're getting really close now. The story continues into the next day. I'm in the house's living room.
どこ行くんだ
Kana's father.
土曜だぞ今日
It's Asuma. His appearance is different, but that's definitely Asuma's image being projected onto this person. Perhaps it's because both Yanagi and I saw him as a paternal figure in our minds. You'll haunt me even here?
何
This is Yanagi's heart. You've got no right to be here. Get out.
カンナお前何を言ってるんだ
You're not my damn father. I don't want to hear you. Stop talking to me like nothing happened. Kana's father eyes me suspiciously. Uh-oh. Ah!
ヨナギからの信号は途絶えました。
I still can't tell the difference between dream and reality. That was definitely Asuma.
カイト、
What is it?
今のままではこの計画はうまくいきません。
What do you mean? Izumo's steady gaze meets mine. Did you figure something out?
ヨナギは確かにカイトからの感覚信号を受け付けました。過去のデータを参照しても他者の感覚信号がヨナギに届いたのはこれが初めてのようです。ヨナギは確かにカイトのことを呼んでいた。でもそれは今のあなたではない。
Excuse me?
ヨナギはこの物語の登場人物を通して自分の感情を取り戻そうとしている。状況からそう推測できる。
Right, yeah. I sit up and nod along. I agree with you.
今はカイトの自我が強すぎる。カイトの認識通り、ヨナギの世界の中の人物にはヨナギの、あるいはカイトの潜在意識が構築した特徴が現れている。でも、それに今のカイトが反応していたら、ヨナギの求める夢の展開とどんどん乖離していく。現にヨナギは今、カイトからの応答である感覚信号を拒絶した。
I see. Does that mean I'm no longer the one Yanagi wants? It'd be funny if I didn't want to choke myself for it. Despite everything, I cannot denounce that piece of trash. no matter how much I may wish to. To summarize Izumo's explanation, Yanagi and I are creating this world out of our shared awareness, driving it forward by playing our roles. The fact that he appears as a father figure must mean he's the closest thing to that Yanagi and I ever had. But right now, no matter how many times we repeat this, I know I won't be able to bear playing house with the imagined version of that man. Even if I try to suppress it, all my feelings are still sent to Yanagi. And my memory condition means that the anger I feel won't just weather out. So we'll have to take my memory. And there it is. I think that's the final piece we needed before finally catching up to the beginning of the visual novel. Izumo stares at me in silence. Let's try again while you suppress my memory. There should be a drug to induce artificial memory loss. Have it prepared.
いいんですか？体に影響はないんですか？
I've never forgotten a thing in my life since I first started remembering.
わかりました。
Let's try a few hours first. If it goes well, we can try a drug that'll induce amnesia for a longer period of time.
はい。
When I stop by the kitchen on my way out, my dad's just taking a slice of toast out of the toaster.
どこ行くんだ?
Oh wait, okay. We're doing Kana's voice now. The academy.
土曜だぞ今日.
That's when I realize I've messed up. Oh, right.
しょっちゅう間違えるな、お前は。ぼーっとしすぎなんじゃないか? そもそももう10時過ぎだぞ。平日だったら間に合ってない。
Haha. Faking a laugh, I drop my bag, go to the fridge, and take out a milk carton to pour myself a glass. I spread peanut butter on a slice of toast and take a bite. Dad continues sipping his coffee, his attention focused on his newspaper. You're gonna stay home all day? I'm heading out for a bit.
誰だろうな?
Dad gets up and goes to the door. Guess I can't go to the garage for the next 2 days. I'll just have to go out and take pictures somewhere. Where should I go this weekend? I ponder my options while chewing on my toast. I work through the slice bite by bite between sips of milk. Dad's not back yet. Who was at the door? I pop the last bit of toast into my mouth and reach out for the glass of milk when...
Kanna.
Turning around, I see my dad walking into the living room with a young woman in tow. She has black hair and a shoulder-length bob. She's wearing black-rimmed glasses and a plain suit. Yanagi.
カンナ。
は
Yanagi. Oh, sorry, it's Kaito now. Yanagi, it's you, isn't it? Tell me. Let me hear your voice.
ん
カンナ、お前、何を言っているんだ？
Wait, so that means he must still have his memories then. Kana? What? No, I'm... We're on the right track. But if the memory suppression starts wearing out over time, I'm gonna end up waking up. I can't even forget my own self inside the dream. It's not Yanagi's fault for modeling her alter egos after herself.
もっと強いものにしますか
Something stronger with no time limits. Is there anything that can cancel out the amnesia with some kind of trigger? It would be really helpful if we could find some kind of hypnotic effect, where the amnesia can be undone upon using a designated signal.
調べてみます
I nod and thank her. Well, we can keep using our approach until you find a solution without harming side effects. Try looking for it while we keep dreaming.
わかりました またですか
Yeah. She's been dreaming about Hatano-rin an awful lot as of late. But no matter how many times I try, she kicks me out before I can finish the dream. I think I just don't hate Arishima's wife as much as Yanagi does. I'm certain she's modeled after her mother, the woman who abandoned both Yanagi and her father. I can feel Yanagi's anger towards her, but as much as I may dislike her subconsciously, I never knew the real person. Arishima's actions don't come naturally to me. It's hard for me to fit into the role.
提案があります
I'm all ears. Izumo nods and begins.
ヨナギは母を投影した人物への憎しみを持っているでも夫婦像のイメージはカイトとヨナギをベースにしているだからカイトは不定に走る有島に同調できない
I frown and nod in response.
カイトの感覚のままヨナギの求める展開に迎えるように私がサブアバターを動かします
A sub-avatar, huh? So that means...
カイトとヨナギ以外の人物をカイトとヨナギの反応を見ながら私が動かす計画実行の段になったらカイトはまた記憶を失うストーリーの展開も認識せずに振る舞うから当然エラー率は高くなるでもエラーのたびにカイトは記憶を失うエラーデータの蓄積が起こらないから何度も同じエラーを起こすことが予測される
Makes sense. But with you as an observer keeping a record of the errors, you could control the story to some extent. Izumo nods in response. Let's try that. As I exit the room, I hear my wife climbing up the stairs.
何してるの？
She regards me suspiciously. She's in a bad mood. I realize straight away from the way she's looking at me. You're back early.
明日朝から大阪だから、今日決まったの。
I see.
酒草。飲んだの？
Yeah. She looks down at what I'm holding.
何それ？文集？
Oh, yeah. I just felt like reading it after seeing everyone at the memorial service.
まだ自分にも書けると思ってる？
No, I just wanted to read my old stuff.
誰にも気づかれなかったけど、名作を書いていたんじゃないかって？
I don't...
ねえ、自分の出力に一番自信を持っているのってどんな人たちだか知ってる？
What? In my astonishment, I only blink at her.
一作も書き上げたことがない人たち。自分の文章と向き合ったこともない人たちこそ変な自信に満ちている。そういう人たちの書きかけの持ち込み原稿を何作も読まされて、私は気づいたの。あなたが飲んでいる間に、寝ている間に、書く人は書いているの。書き続けているの。知ってた？
Of course I do. But I faced my own writing. At the very least, I didn't run from my own weakness. I accepted the fact I couldn't write and chose to become a teacher. I never cheated or did anything that would destroy our married life to this extent. I contribute to our joint account every month without fail. So why? Why does she look at me with so much hate?
だから今さら変な気を起こさないで。お願いだから。作家気取りの相手はうんざりなの。畑の先生への憧れをこじらせるのも大概にして。あなたはもう文学少年じゃないのよ。
I know. I'm not planning to start writing right now. After hearing this, she walks past me and goes to her room. I hear the sound of her door shutting closed behind me, followed by a metallic click. I drop my gaze to the album and the anthology I'm holding. Inside the album, there's a photo of my wife when she was young. And beside the smiling girl, a boy, clearly confused and excited. These two people no longer exist. There is no point in this photo existing. Ah, yeah. Izumo savaged me pretty badly back in there. I didn't even imagine she could say such things. Is that how she really feels about me after everything I did? About what you said back in the dream.
ヨナギのあらすじを崩さない程度のアドリブです。
I see.
ヨナギもカイトも幸せな結婚生活しか知らないからセリフが甘い。
And besides you. So the actual dialogue she wrote was far too mild. That's funny. Right.
ヨナギの描く翔子が優しすぎるのはカイトとの結婚生活に満足していた証とも言える。でもそれではアリシマは凛に走れない。翔子のセリフは私の本心からの言葉ではありません。念のため。
Izumo. Yanagi was right. She's a consummate actress. The trial and error process with Izumo continues, and from it we formulate a few hypotheses. The error rate in her dream is the highest at the start of the story. The number starts going down as the story goes on. We believe that the myriad of branching paths possible at the beginning of the story decrease as the story progresses. It's all It's funny because it's almost like Kaito himself is picking the choices for the branching branching paths of the visual novel that we ourselves could never choose. Because I mean seriously, like this visual novel has not had any choices other than like those few they gave us like in the parts where Kaito is waking up, and those choices were like completely meaningless. Like, they had like no impact on the story whatsoever, so once I spoke with Yanagi's 3 characters in a white, empty space while she was unconscious. At the time, I got the strong impression that they symbolized something, as if they were facets of her that made up Yanagi as a whole when they came together. Izumo nods. As far as I can see, it seems that the areas of her brain that activate as the story progresses only increase. It could be that each of these stories have a part of her in them, her values, desires, ideals. I know they meant a lot to her.
3つの人格の形成は同時であることが理想。同時とまでいかなくてもタイムラグは抑えた方がいい。
Izumo nods again. There's a chance that her ego may develop incompletely if we don't. If it comes to that, we'd have no choice but to erase it again and go back to the starting point. Whatever happens, I want to avoid that at all costs. I'd rather wipe my own memory as many times as we need.
ヨナギの夢の揺らぎが起きた時に物語の進行度が 40% を超えていたらその状態を一時保存しておきます。そうすればその時の状況を再現するようにヨナギの脳を外部から刺激できる。
I nod as she speaks. That should mean we'll be able to choose which dream to see.
物語後半の展開ではカイトからのノイズに対する許容範囲も広がっている。
Okay, so that I guess that explains why at the beginning they just stopped like halfway through the story, and then later they let us choose which of the 3 stories we wanted to finish.
おそらく物語後半部分に入れば夢の切り替え時のイニシャライズは不要になります。実験がそこまで進めばカイトがヨナギの夢を選べる状況になる。そうすれば物語完結のタイムラグをある程度は短縮できる。
Alright. Just one more thing, though. If Yanagi happens to reject me, do whatever you must to initialize my memory.
わかりました。
Looking at the data, fluctuations seem to be more likely to occur after progress hits the halfway point. Perhaps her own brain is also trying to balance the distribution of her awakening personalities. Though I suppose it's natural for the body to try to heal itself. Izumo nods. Okay, let's summarize our course of action.
ヨナギの夢の計測を開始して3つの夢の進行度が全て 40% 以上になるまでは夢が切り替わり、再度冒頭に戻るときはカイトの記憶をイニシャライズする。全健忘状態のカイトに伝えていい情報は情報リストの機密度 C 以下のものまで。
Perfect. When the plan starts, I may forget about Yanagi and Izumo, or perhaps even the world we're in. When that happens, everything will be in Izumo's hands. I plan ahead for any foreseeable occurrence that could happen during the implementation of the plan and instruct her accordingly. When I lose my memory, full authority over the plan will be automatically transferred to you, as well as the authority for you to initialize my memory while I'm actually don't know how to pronounce that. Amnesic, should the need arise.
その権限の有効期限はいつですか？
Only when all 3 dreams come to an end and I recover my memories. Or in the event that there is an accident that jeopardizes Yanagi's life. And if 60 days pass, you will wake me up and authority will revert to me. Izumo nods. One more thing. You can mix in lies around 1% of the statements you give me. This almost reminds me of if you've ever seen that movie Interstellar, and I forget the name of that robot that they bring with them on the spaceship and everything, and the robot has like the honesty level. It's like a percentage, and they can instruct the robot to have like an honesty level of however many percent. That's kind of what this is like.
どうしてですか？
I think even if I lose my memory, I'll probably stay sharp and wary. It'll be an insurance to keep me from making too many assumptions and trying something stupid.
わかりました。
Oh, bro. Interstellar is like one of the best fucking movies ever made. Yeah, you should definitely watch it. Although, honestly, it's one of those movies that, like, you kind of have to see it in theaters. I mean, obviously, it's like long past being in theaters, but yeah, it's one of those movies that, like, yeah, you see it in the theater and it's just... Our goal is to complete all 3 of Yanagi's dreams. All the stories will come to an end when Yanagi's alter egos part ways with their loved one in the story. I believe this covers all the bases, unless there's something I'm missing.
カイトの健忘状態を解除するトリガーが決まっていません。
Right. I ponder upon it for a good minute. Yeah, I think I have it. I should be the one to explain everything to myself. Create a hologram using my backed up memory. Then project my own memory into the virtual space and expose me to it. I think that'll be the best way to go about it.
わかりました。
Okay. We'll begin the next time Yanagi changes the dream. I'm counting on you.
よろしくお願いします。
I turn to face Yanagi. She's sitting on the bed, absently gazing at her feet. Izumo,
はい、
wanna go for a walk?
散歩ですか。
Can we let Woolleap look at her for a moment?
ヨナギのモニタリングは遠隔でも可能です。リープ君がいれば物理的な保護も可能です。
I nod at her and turn back to Yanagi. Yanagi, I'm gonna go stretch out my legs with Izumo for a minute. There's no response. Woolleap, look after her. Alright, I think I am gonna stop here. We'll go ahead and watch some more VTuber clips and maybe some other stuff for a little bit, and then I'm gonna end the stream. All right. All right, let me see. Okay, we don't have any new Holochrome videos.
We need to get 15.
Damn. There's 4 new clips since just yesterday on here. Okay. All right, here we go. So this is Fauna and Mume's new friend doesn't last long.
She grab anything with the nails?
Mume, come here. Check it out.
Inside?
Go in.
It's
John C.
There's a new friend.
The hell is that?
what, live in there?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm so happy. It doesn't hurt us. It loves us.
Yes, it loves us. It's
I
a
love
friend.
you.
Whoa.
Oh, it's like a soccer ball.
It's a glow
Hello?
squid.
Someone said if we don't name it, it would despawn.
Oh, I don't know if I have a name tag. Well, probably another one will spawn though.
But I like, it's dying! It's dying, folks!
Oh no!
What?
Oh no! How did it die? Did it get stuck in the door?
I don't want to play Minecraft anymore.
Oh no!
I don't want to play Minecraft anymore.
Oh, poor squid. Poor squid. squib suffocated on the pressure plate. Oh no.
What?
We'll get another one.
I think we'll get another one.
I'll be stronger. That one was
Yeah.
just weak.
We just need some natural selection
Yeah.
for them to live in this environment.
Yes.
In this hallway.
It's like a little experiment here.
Dude, Minecraft makes no fucking sense. Alright. This is Fauna is Vibing.
Granny cream. Ooh!
Take the hot butter, mix it with the ice cream, freeze it up, cool, you can see it on your screen. Put it in your microwave,
Unexpected
make it real hot
banger?
like a soup
Hello?
or a dip. We call it heat and sip. Very tasty and healthy too. Granny creams, hot butter ice cream.
Oh my god!
What is
Can we play
this?
again? Oh baby,
Granny creams, hot butter ice cream. We take the hot
I want to download
with
it.
the ice cream,
Downloading
freeze
Granny
it up,
cream.
cool, you
Hip,
can see
what?
it on your
Give me the Granny
Hypnospace.
cream.
microwave, make it
Oh
real hot like a
baby.
soup or a dip. We call it heat and sip. Very tasty and healthy too. Granny
Cream, hot butter ice cream.
Hypnospace Explorer.
Best page on the internet. Hot butter ice cream.
the hot butter, mix it with the ice cream. Freeze it
I don't
up,
know what
cool,
this
you can
is.
see it on your screen. Put it in your microwave, make it real hot like a soup or a dip. We call it heat and sip.
Granny cream, hot butter ice. Wait, that's not cream, hot butter ice cream. Icy girl.
Bro,
Yeah.
who would melt ice cream in a microwave? Like, why would you do that? That's just dumb.
Icy girl. You gotta drink it up. You gotta drink it up. You are freezing my world. Icy girl. Nice girl, mean girl, tell me go away, girl, stay, girl, be my friend. Icy girl, gotta drink it up, freezing my world. Send shivers to me. Why are you so frozen, hearted, chilly? Don't be such a ice girl, mean girl, nice girl. Tell me go away, girl, stay, girl, be my friend.
Kathleen's dead. They're calling this whole thing a crime scene. Some filmmakers are going to be
Okay.
making a documentary.
All right. Wait. Oh, wait. Hold on. What does it say down here? Stream Hypnospace Outlaw. When was this stream? Was this recent?
No one wants to be sick.
Okay, yeah, it was just yesterday. Hypnospace Outlaw. Okay.
Granny cream.
Fauna sing. Dude, Fauna is almost as bad as Amelia. Okay, hold on. The world is a cruel and unjust place, Fauna sneeze.
World is a cruel and unjust place. There is no harmony in the universe. The only constant is suffering.
A few moments later.
Oh my god!
It's phone a sneeze.
Granny creams, hot butter ice cream. We take the hot butter,
That
mix it with the ice
sneeze
cream,
finally.
freeze it up, cool, you can see
That
it on your
sneeze
screen.
has
Put
been
it in your microwave,
in the
make it
works
real
for
hot
so
like a soup
long.
or a dip. We call it
I don't get it. Gura is having so much fun.
Wait, before his body despawns. Look, guys.
Whoa,
Can I grab
whoa,
him by the
whoa,
hand
whoa,
and
whoa,
spin?
whoa, whoa, whoa,
Give me
hey,
your
hey,
hand.
hey, 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 hey.
There's Flight Reacts again. Bro, she's using her.
Okay.
She's using her new 3D model. That's cool.
Come. F is for friends who do stuff together. U is for you have died. N is for any time I'm a warrior. Sorry
Wait.
you had to die. Yeah! They're laughing with me. See, I'm not crazy. What are we doing?
What the fuck, dude? This is Gorn. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Bathroom reviews. Okay. Oh, that's weird. The stream came back. The hell? Okay. Well, I'm thinking it probably did that either because it was an NBA game and they didn't like me putting an NBA game up on here, or it was because it's Flight Reacts video and they didn't want me doing a Flight Reacts. I don't know. Either way, it's bullshit because I mean Flight Reacts puts NBA games on his shit and he doesn't get any penalty for it. Also, well, anyway, whatever. I guess we'll just go ahead and stop here. I don't want to get penalized again. So, I'm just gonna go ahead and end the stream here tonight. So yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. We'll do the same thing as tonight. It'll be Cyanotype Daydream and maybe reacting to some more clips. Yeah, I won't be doing VR tomorrow either. So anyway, have a good night, and I'll be back again tomorrow.